Right, my brothers, I wanted to give you a very important lesson on my favourite quote that changed my life about a year ago, and it was said by one of my favourite generals of all time, a French general with the name Napoleon Bonaparte. You may have heard that name before. And the quote goes, "Impossible is only a word to be found in the dictionary of fools." A year ago in my life, I came across a lot of individuals, a lot of role models that I was inspiring to be like. I looked at the sort of lifestyle they had, the sort of goals they had achieved so far in their life, and I found myself wanting them for myself. I didn't know how to, reach them and achieve them, and how to build a reality in which exists where I have that as well. So I imposed self-limits upon myself. I told myself, you know what? This must be impossible. How have they actually got this car, this nice watch? How are they traveling the world? How have they got this massive sort of audience? How are they earning like 6 figures a month? Like, these are big numbers, right? Like, when I imagine that in the current job that I am still working right now, it almost feels impossible, literally. And that's the sort of limits I imposed upon myself a year ago. I said, it's impossible. I can't do it. Maybe it was possible for them because they had a strike of luck, or maybe somebody helped them, or maybe they just was granted the results and the rewards there and then. But I found that wasn't the case. Obviously, it's not the case. A lot of people who are successful are just normal people, but normal people who work hard, normal people who were consistent and showed up for themselves every day, normal people who decided it was possible for them to have whatever they wanted to have. A year ago, I was enforcing a bunch of self-imposed limits upon myself. I told myself it wasn't possible. I told myself I can't do it. I told myself I wasn't knowledgeable enough and that I wasn't capable. So guess what? That became a reality, right? These limits don't actually exist. They're only self-imposed, meaning they're only really excuses made up by you. And when you speak with limits, you've already accepted defeat. And when somebody says something is impossible, what they really mean is they don't know how it could be done and are too scared to even try. And that's what it was for me. I was scared to try, stepping out of my depth, stepping out of my comfort zone, to even try any of the work that I know needed to be done to reach the goals or to reach the success in my life. A lot of it was because I didn't know what needed to be done. I wasn't yet knowledgeable, so I gave into my concurrent knowledge. I said, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what is required to do this. So guess what? I'm not even going to do it. It's impossible. But then I realized in history, mostly every single thing that has come into existence was seen as impossible. You think of flying, right? I don't know how to fly a plane. I don't know how planes really work and how they're actually up in the sky and then are able to fly, etc. I don't know how that came about, how it came to be today. You probably don't know how either. That seems in our mind to be impossible. And technically it was, right? Nobody had done it before. Nobody had flown a plane before. Nobody knew, planes even existed and that we could fly. But guess what? Somebody found a way. Somebody made it possible. They fought something and they bring the thought into existence. They said, you know what, this isn't yet possible, but I'm going to make it possible. Same with how you're watching this YouTube video right now. I can't literally tell you how, you've got this device in front of you and you're watching this video and you're hearing my voice, even though I probably recorded it days or weeks or hours ago from the point you're going to be seeing this video. I can't tell you how that exists, but it does. Somebody found it to be possible. They made it a reality out of nothing. They believed in themselves. They went out there, they found the knowledge on how maybe, they could do it. And even if the knowledge didn't exist, they created it for themselves through trial and error. And I found that in my life and in most people's lives, there are 3 things and reasons to why they believe things are impossible. Number 1, you haven't tried yet. You haven't even experimented to see if you could have a taste of the pie of success or of anything which you haven't yet done. You haven't even tried. Number 2, you haven't learned enough yet. You're going based off your concurrent knowledge. Like I said, I don't know how to fly a plane. I don't know how you're watching this video. I didn't know how to build success and to record videos and what diet to follow and how to go to the gym. But I did it for myself. I gave it a try. Even with my concurrent knowledge at the time, I decided that it didn't have to stay that way. I expanded my knowledge, through research and reading books and just through going and putting in the action, going to the gym to find out what works, trying different diets to find out what works, recording videos to gain more confidence to find out what works. And number 3, and most importantly, you've already quit in your mind. You haven't even thought about trying. You haven't even looked at your knowledge. You've just said, you know what? I don't even know what my excuses are. I've just already accepted defeat. I've already lost the battle without fighting yet. That's what I did. I wanted these goals. I didn't even find myself giving excuses. I literally just said, it's impossible. I can't do it. Somebody else can. I don't know how, but I can't. That doesn't actually make sense. And it's actually very stupid and foolish and of course lazy. And that's where I found that when I accepted everything in life is possible for me if I find a way and if I try and if I go out there and trial and error and put in the action. There is a reality in which exists where I have that one thing which one day at some point I deemed as impossible. It is now possible. That means it wasn't impossible. It was only impossible at the time because I told myself it was. So impossible is not the ending, but the beginning. That's what I found. A year ago when I wanted to achieve these goals, I realised I had to do something. I had to take the first step to see then if it was possible for me, and then I realised it was. I saw it as the beginning, and most importantly I saw it as a challenge to prove myself wrong, to prove myself that they were just excuses, that I was just living in comfort, and that most importantly it was possible for me. Everybody's capable of doing anything, but it only comes about if you accept that, acknowledge it, become aware of it, to then go try it for yourself. That principle applies to everything. Things you want, things you've already probably done in your life. So just apply it and live by it with the goals you have. You brushing your teeth for the first time or eating food for the first time was nowhere near close to being impossible, just as maybe you being able to reach your goals, or you being able to follow a diet, or you being able to have a strong mind to believe you can do anything. It's all possible, no matter how extreme, no matter how much harder something seems and is needed to be reached. The most important word is that it's possible, and that there is a reality in which exists where you can have exactly what you want. So brother, accept this and go and show that for yourself. Go and show up for yourself. Just give it a goddamn try. If you want to be successful and travel the world, if you want to start content, if you want to do anything, I don't know you, I know me. But I know with me, I'm going out there every day and I'm trying and I'm seeing that it's possible. So what is it for you? What do you want? What do you not yet have that you want to achieve? In your presence, maybe physically, maybe mentally, maybe financially. What is it? Find out what it is and go get it, because you can and it is possible for you. But you just got to do something and you've got to try. And you've got to accept that no matter the odds, you can do it. No matter the probability of defeat and failure, which is inevitable for everyone, no matter what you're doing. You're going to fail, but if you learn and you adapt and you just keep trying over a long period of time, you will have it. You will have exactly what you want to have. Brother, it's possible. Go show that for yourself. Stay strong. You've got this.